In the heart of Namibia's quest for independence, amidst the echoes of a nation's struggle, a unique sound emerged. This is the story of the Ugly Creatures, a band that not only provided a backdrop to the struggle, but also played a pivotal role in shaping the nation's cultural identity. Welcome to the Politainment, the soundtrack of the struggle. Guiding us through the illustrious journey of the Ugly Creatures is none other than renowned TV and radio presenter, artist and events MC Matthew Meps Kapofi. Join him as he unveils the remarkable saga of this iconic band and their profound impact on music and culture.
In 1971, nestled near the tranquil settlement of Okombahe, about 70 kilometers west of Omaruru in Namibia, a high school band emerged from the corridors of Martin Luther High School. This was the beginning of the Ugly Creatures, a group formed by a collective of students whose passion for music couldn't be contained within the classroom walls. The founding members, Johnny Adams and August Twiseb on vocals, Ben Togolo Ngaubeb and Moses Ome on the drums, Achali J. Dwiseb and Jefta Ngaubeb strumming the guitars, Emil Kaisto on the keyboards, and Tantago N. Ngaubeb holding down the bass, soon found their rhythm.
I think it's a long journey back in from the early 70s. A group of musicians met at the Martin Luther High School in the 70s and early 71s. Those were the guys that were playing trumpets in the church choirs, at the youth camps and so forth. And at the farm where the Martin Luther High School was, the entertainment was very much limited. So we had to improvise as a group there and students to do everything that was there because there were no discos or going out or whatever. So as such, a group of guys, talented guys, during lunch hours, Sunday afternoons met. That would be Achali Dwiseb, Emil Keister, Johnny Adams, Omeb, myself, Korat Kaiseb, Korat Awaseb, not Kaiseb, Korat Awaseb, Jefta Nwabeb, Nikro Wabeb. So these guys, basically, it started off as a 3 people trying to move this thing. I think at the bottom line, Achali Dwiseb, and then Yoni, and Emil Kaiser. And then it's on with the others, like Kodat coming in, trying to put musical background, the amplifying type. And then from there, I think the band started in early, mid-71.
The school where the band was started was a school that was renowned for political activism, but mainly because it belonged to the Lutheran Church. Back then, Deborah Catholic Church, Martin Luther High School, Lutheran Church, they were activists at those schools. So what Baby also was saying, according to that, is the environment of growing up in, because of the association of elder brothers or uncles being at that school in the earlier days of Tarebep and so forth. The association was not a choice issue. You were part of it. And associating with MLH, that's what the Martin Luther High School is known for, affectionately MLH is, once you step foot there, you were marked as a political activist. Whether you like it or not, you didn't have to be part of politics. But just by being there, you were marked an activist. So the band coming from there automatically was locked into that chain room of these activists.
As their musical journey unfolded, the Ugly Creatures began to make their mark beyond the school gates. Each school holidays, they ventured into cities and towns, captivating audiences in main halls and bringing soulful gospel music to Lutheran churches across Namibia. It was clear that this high school band was destined for something greater. as every note they played and every song they sang drew them closer to the heart of Namibia's music scene.
We grew up in a political, environment. Everything around us was just about politics. Apartheid was there, so it was like you didn't have a choice not to join the struggle because you were part of the struggle already at that time. So,
And as I've said from the school, the lack of the entertainment facet plays a big role, because nowadays you are having DJs and can go and play. So those days there were no such a thing. So that's where the band came in, providing that entertainment at the political rallies and so forth.
okay, let me take you back to the year 1976. Actually, a lot of things started to happen for the band then. Most of the guys from the band left school, and before 76 the band was more a school band. But by 76 the band became a full-time band. And by that time some of the founding members left, and those who stayed behind, new guys came in, and most of the guys became teachers. So the band was playing in that environment, and the band encountered problems with the ruling people. As teachers, the first thing that happened is that when the people see that the band is hanging around with the SWAPO guys, or people who are associated with SWAPO, they changed the school hours of the band members. What the band did was the guys, in the morning they were teachers, in the afternoon they practiced at one place, because that time electricity in Karatura was very scarce. Maybe 1 out of 50 houses had electricity. So the band was practicing at the house of a lady from 2 to 5 every day. And then by 5 o'clock they have to be out of that house, because the people of the house are coming back at 5. But now when the authorities moved in, 2 of the band guys, the bass guitarist and the keyboardist, was moved to the afternoon shift. And that started to make things difficult for the band now to practice. So that was how it first started. And the band then had a meeting to say, guys, this is not working anymore. And then the band, after that meeting, decided to stop teaching school, and they became a professional band.
During the height of the liberation struggle, the Ugly Creatures' music became anthems of resistance and hope. Their songs, infused with messages of freedom and equality, resonated deeply with the Namibian people.
If I can add, I would like to go back to the time that before independence, the band really did. We have a lot of fests that we did. We did a first recording, a gospel album that we did. I think it was one of the first that a band actually did that kind of things. And for a Namibian band, we did 3 albums, 1 gospel, and then we did one with Carlo that was more like, I don't know how to, it was everything mixed. We had rock, we had blues, we had local input, and then we were one of the very few bands that actually went over to South Africa to do a recording in the 70s. The other band I knew about was the Poppets, but Poppets was a South African Cape Town band. So that's also another first for the Ugly Creatures. And the one good thing about the band is that we loved music. We are playing music not for money, but we were playing music for the love of music. And that's why maybe the band has become so popular with the people, because we tried, if we play a cover version of a song of somebody, we tried to sound like the other guy, and that's what the people loved about us. And that's how we could easily, because we made a name for ourselves, and that could easily attract, or that could make us very easy to join hands with the liberation struggle with SWAPO, so that we have our own popularity, and then we have something to offer to the struggle, because we could attract people to the rallies of SWAPO, because we had a name of our own. That's one of another achievement that we can say we have achieved.
Veteran music journalist Conrad Angula has been a pivotal figure in chronicling the evolution of the Ugly Creatures. From the very inception, his insightful coverage has captured the essence of their journey, offering us a unique window into the growth and achievements of the legendary group.
Those years, I will not actually say that I engaged with the band as such. I was just a fan like everybody else. So it was actually, I feel today when I see the people that used to play for the band that they are actually human, because those years when you are a musician and you hear a band playing, I thought, no, these guys were probably borrowed from somewhere outside the borders of Namibia to come and play, or disguising themselves as the ugly creatures. Because when I was still, those years, I was still a young boy. It's the time that I went through 3 schools. So this one, I was at Husinum. I was doing my standard 7, and I came with a few guys. We used to dodge from the hostel, come and watch the people playing. So my first encounter with the ugly creatures was at the Gatutura Community Hall as a fan. So I was not even used to them, or to knew the people, or I was afraid actually to knew them also, or to talk or to engage with them. Yeah. I would say that the ugly creatures have set a benchmark. They are the first team to record an album in this country during those trying times. So they had the phases that they even went through. They introduced gospel music, playing with instruments, a band playing. They've got their first album, which is also a gospel album. So I don't know, but no one, or not even me, made that comparison. But today I can say that the ugly creatures are the Commodores of Namibia. Or should I say Africa, because I don't know any other band which started as a gospel and then turned into a full-fledged, pop, whatever band. Yeah.
Carefully put. I think based on what we did and what we still can do, when one thinks of being the first band in Namibia recording a gospel album back in the day then, the legacy we're leaving into that is we are having a very close association to the Lutheran Church in Namibia. You would find that in the Lutheran hymn book, some of the band members have got songs composed, written by the band members in the Lutheran hymn song. So that's a legacy that is unmatched, if I could put it that way. Then when you look at what we have done then commercially or in dance genre type stuff, is there are arguably the issue that we used to be, or we started the trend of singing in Kwekwekova, Damara Nama language. And because of what we did then in our albums released back then, there is a belief that we were the forefathers, the trendsetters of what has become today the migration music. So yes, in a positive way, probably a number of things we can do, mention in this case is, when we look forward to the legacy that we're leaving, is if we can succeed having ugly creatures around long after we are gone, that's a dream we're chasing.
Yeah, another thing I can add maybe is that we were, before Tilimani, Ugly Creatures was the band that played for the Swabo party. So I don't want to say that we were the first, but in Namibia, we were the first. There might have been other cultural groups outside in the UK that might have started before us, but we set a trend for that also, for the party to engage other bands later on to be part of their rallies and so on. So that's something, that's some legacy that we are also leaving, and some of the first that we did.
I just wanted to elaborate on the concept of this musicians playing at the rally. Today, people are calling it politainment, politics and entertainment. So, but it's just that there was no real word crafted for this specific thing. But now, you look or hear some of the songs of the Ugly Creatures that were sung in Kwekwe, as they said, They've got a song which was very popular before the people returned from exile, Toba Amdao Amde, which says that open the gates, let me return to my country of birth. So it is a song which until today carries water, né? When you think about those days. So now this whole concept is when you call a band to come and play at your political rally, it means that the significance of the band in society as well. You don't just go and grab any band. So the band must be popular. The music that the band is playing must be relevant to the cause. So you cannot bring a band which sings about Sunday morning, Saturday, those are fun songs that you play at the birthday of someone. So you play songs that are really like I was saying in the beginning, a song like Unity. It's by the OJs. Unity, we must have unity. For united we stand, divided we fall. Things like that. So those are things that people want to hear because you are at the political rally. So it means that you have to be relevant to the audience that you are playing. But one should also maybe compare the atmosphere now at the political rally and the atmosphere back in the days. My friend, it was not an easy thing going to a political rally, let's say specifically a SWAPO political rally in the 70s, 80s. You knew you are going to feel the taste of a rubber bullet. You knew tear gas is going to be thrown into the crowd, but it was so exciting.
The legacy of the Ugly Creatures is a testament to the power of music as a form of political expression and cultural identity. They remind us that in the melody of struggle, there is the harmony of liberation. This has been Politainment, the soundtrack of the struggle. Thank you for joining us.